Greetings everyone, Brian with Wild Design Co. I have a client project for you that I did back in fall of 2022. So everything is shot vertical mode. I didn't know I was going to be making a YouTube video on this, so I tried to make it YouTube friendly for the viewer. So as you saw there, this is a giant white oak burl slab. It had a slight cup to it or bow to it, so I had to get it flattened. I went from 3 inches down to about 1 3/8 inches or so, and here I'm applying a coat of penetrating epoxy just to seal in all of those edges, make sure everything is glued down, nothing falls off, and then also helps to seal the flat side of it, so that way the black epoxy that I'm going to be pouring here now does not bleed into the white oak. A little bit about this project: I was making a bar for a client, so I made some cabinets, a pony wall, and then this white oak burl slab was going to hang vertically on the front of that pony wall and kind of make a 90-degree turn and wrap around the pony wall, as you'll see here coming up towards the end. But the most nerve-wracking part of this whole project was cutting that miter in the slab. Pretty much only have one shot at this to get it right, to make it look good. Didn't start off too good. I think the saw was binding on the wood a little bit. I did this in one cut. Probably should have done it in multiple passes. It was a lot for this saw to cut, but ended up getting that cut done. Yeah, it was tough because there's no square edges to go off of, but a little bit of smoke there at the end. And what I ended up doing was going back and just skimming that first miter cut that I did, just to make sure that it was perfect and nice and smooth. Then I had to go ahead and make the corresponding miter to that first miter that I did. This one was probably more nerve-wracking because this one you have to get like perfect. Should have clamped the slab down. As you can see there, it's moving a little bit, but I was able to get the miter pretty, it was almost perfect. And so here I am gluing it up using epoxy, glued on those pieces of 2x4 there with epoxy as well, just to help get that clamping pressure nice and even. And this miter turned out perfect. There was no gaps in it. I was super pumped, and it looked great. Then after filling more small holes with epoxy and sanding, I went ahead and trimmed up the small end of the miter with the track saw. And then there was a ton of sanding here at the end. And then I applied Rubio Monocoat Pure to this, and it made that grain pop. There's a great figure in this slab, a lot of swirls. It was a beautiful piece of wood. Then it was time to install this beast. So there is the pony wall that I had built. I attached it to the existing wall there on the far right hand side. I went ahead and used French cleats to attach this. It was probably the best option I could do. I really didn't have any access there on the back side of the pony wall to screw it directly to the wall, since there was cabinets behind there. But the French cleats worked out great. The thing wasn't going to go anywhere. After adjusting it and making sure it hung right, because I had it on two different planes there, it worked great. And then I ended up putting a small piece of trim there at the bottom to cover up the gap there between the drywall and the stone floor. But the project turned out great. The client was super happy. Definitely a wow factor. And I'm very proud of this project. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.